We are in Reitenhashlach of the Technical University of Munich. So we are here in this wonderful location with Professor Tony Ware from the University of Calgary. He's an expert on energy finance. What's that all about?
I mean, we use energy, we see it around us all the time. We need it to live any kind of life. And energy finance is about developing tools to facilitate that.
So when you turn on the lights, what math is happening at that time?
There's a little bump to the energy network or the electricity network. You know, the voltage changes, even the frequency will be affected in a very small amount. And so there's an energy a system operator who's kind of applying Kirchhoff's laws, on a huge scale, who's trying to keep everything under control. So there's a little bit of math there. And then there's the math of who's going to pay for it and how much you're going to pay and who's going to provide the power that is making all this possible.
So Professor Ware was talking today about very advanced mathematical models which are used to try to understand all this wonderful world of energy and finance. And this goes beyond electricity, right?
Of course, yes. Yes, it does. I mentioned that energy is all around us. Yes, electricity we see, but that's just one form of energy. And indeed what's happening is all the time energy is getting turned from one form to another or transported from one place to another. And all of those transitions have markets associated with them. So you may have, or even sort of financial objects that can be used to help assign some kind of value. So you'll have natural gas markets, oil markets, electricity markets. You'll have products that help you to kind of value swaps between those kinds of different forms of energy. It's all about movement and change.
So you are at the University of Calgary,
yes,
the headquarters of Canadian energy.
Yes.
Is that a coincidence that you study energy?
No. And I have to say, before I moved to Calgary, I didn't have any thought of studying energy at that point in time. But I quickly discovered that there was a whole host of very interesting kind of mathematical and computational problems and challenges associated with energy markets and the energy industry as a whole. So.
And you do computer simulations?
Yes.
And so computers, modeling, math, energy, that seems to be like a world where you can have a lot of fun, no?
I think you can have a lot of fun. I think one of the things I appreciate about it is that it gives me free rein to develop all these kind of crazy algorithms and things to have the power that I want. But it's also connected to real world processes. And indeed, it's those real world processes that generate the difficulties and the challenges that the mathematics is trying to address.
And now, what do you think of this? We're in this place that was built before electricity was discovered, before natural gas was really known to us, or oil. This was built hundreds of years ago. Isn't it interesting that you're talking about this at a place like that?
Well, I think it's always sobering to kind of place yourself in that broad, in that long historical context, and to know that even the things that we're doing today that would seem so foreign to people, we're part of that same story, and to find ourselves kind of placed within that story as we study here, I think is profound.
And what would people say 400 years from now? Your name would be there.
It is hard to imagine. I think we all are used to the feeling that change is happening faster and faster. But I think people have been saying that's the one constant, is that change seems to be happening faster and faster. So it is. We can look back and we can find people who've predicted some things fairly accurately about now, but 99.9% of those predictions would be way off, and I'm sure if I said anything about the future, I'd be part of that 99.9%.
But I'll make one prediction, which is the math you're using to develop energy models could be used to develop sustainability models too.
Absolutely, yes. And I think that's one of the attractive things about being a mathematician, I think, is that you can be in contact with actual applications, but you're not tied to those specific things. You're developing something that has some kind of existence beyond that and can be applied in lots of different areas, and maybe to do some actual good as well.
Fantastic. It is the wonderful world of math.